Harvey Weinstein turning himself in to police in New York this morning on sexual assault charges. That's what you're looking at there at the first precinct. Meanwhile, Contessa Brewer is outside the courthouse in New York with what's next for the disgraced Hollywood producer. And what's the time frame now? Contessa shouldn't be long. He'll make his way over to where you are, I think.
Right, because we're just about 8 blocks away, Joe. We're expecting him within about an hour to be here. Currently, he's being processed at the police precinct, fingerprinted, photographed, and then he'll come here for the initial court appearance. NBC News has learned from 3 sources close to the investigation that the felony complaint against Harvey Weinstein stems from allegations from 2 different women. The NYPD has been investigating for some time from Lucia Evans, who says that Weinstein forced her into an oral sex act when she had shown up to the Miramax offices in Tribeca in Lower Manhattan. And so he'll come here for his initial court appearance. And then NBC News has learned that a pre-planned deal will have Harvey Weinstein paying $1 million in bail, agreeing to wear a monitoring device, an ankle bracelet, and then surrendering his passport before he's then released and the charges proceed against him from the district attorney here. So we're at the court. I just wanted to give you a sense. You see the media outside of the police precinct. Back out here live, there is a crush of media here as well with different pens where the officers have set them up so that there can be a clear pathway to bring Harvey Weinstein in. We're expecting to see him go right up here and into the court. We'll be looking for that when it happens. We'll bring it to you live, Joe. And
we'll know exactly what the charges are at that point, Contessa, after by the end of the day?
Yeah, we'll know what we'll know in court because they'll read it out in public and we'll be in court as well. By the way, one more interesting thing. He was seen carrying books with him into the police precinct. I wanted to mention what they are. One is a biography of the late film director Elia Kazan, who directed On the Waterfront and A Streetcar Named Desire. And the other one was a book called Something Wonderful, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Broadway Revolution. Read into that what you will.
I have no idea what that
help
means.
Help us read into it, Contessa. Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I mean, Elia Kazan testified during the whole Joe McCarthy trials, the witch hunt on Hollywood, during the blacklisted part. So he was a pivotal figure right then and really seen as an iconic film director in Hollywood. I'm not a psychologist. I did study psychology, but
in hindsight,
and also,
wrongfully, there's some people that have stood up for him after his death.
Do you think the expectation, though, the reason he's bringing the books, even though they have this plan, is because he thinks he's going to be
possibly reading material or something?
Well, no. I mean, that's what I'm wondering. I will say, by the way, covering many trials over the years, people would bring books because there could be huge downtime where you have to sit for hours and hours and hours. The question is, are you saying for hours or days or weeks?
He obviously put a lot of thought into which books to be. But probably not a good idea to be bringing a book about Roman Polanski, obviously. Because, I mean, $1 million to Harvey Weinstein is not. I mean, it's a lot of money, but that's why I asked
he has it easily accessible.
That's what I asked what the charges were, Contessa. I mean, if he's looking at 20, is it a 20-year term we're talking? I mean, I just wonder what we're talking about in terms of what the downside for the rest of his life is. It's bleak.
And especially considering that these are complaints based on 2 women, but the investigation continues. The New York Times reports that the grand jury is still looking into other allegations of sexual misconduct and also the financial payout. So they're looking at the money trail as well to see whether there could be charges filed on the financial transactions.
Yeah. But okay, so once we find out the charges, then I mean, you immediately jump to what the exactly what the parameters are for sentencing, but what is he, 64, 65? I mean, he may never, this is all alleged at this point, and you're innocent, obviously, until proven guilty, but you're looking at some serious time here for what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, for significant.
Hey, Contessa, real quick, is it possible, and maybe this is also another reason you bring the books, is it possible that the judge won't accept the prearranged settlement?
Yes, that's always a possibility. They go in, they make the deal with the prosecutors, then it has to go before the judge, and the judge has to okay that, and the judge could say, No, I think he's a bigger flight risk than $1 million and a monitoring device would warrant, and so I'm going to change the terms of this agreement. That's always a possibility. And by the way, the lawyers are always very clear with the clients to say, this is our deal with the prosecutor, we'll agree to this, but the judge makes up the rules.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.